got hammers like West Ham Texmen. You don't want to see the gang vex, man. Pull up in 2-litre dingers and press that.
Selling bag, going ham in West like Declan Rice. Doing like popcorn, everything nice. Whoa.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hammers Fans United. Welcome back to the Match Prediction Show, and welcome back, Kieran, aka Harry Geezer, aka the Hammers Fans United mascot. How are you doing on this bright, sunny day in Brisbane?
Beautiful, beautiful, mate. It is a bright, sunny day. It's a gorgeous morning, mate. Nice and cool at night, and probably end up with a 30-degree day, so it's lovely.
Well, right now, it's nice, a nice sort of. Is it a bit cool?
Yeah,
at the minute?
yeah. Humidity, because we're coming into winter, the humidity's died down now, so this should just be about 20 degrees now. It's lovely. Really good.
Right, let me get straight to the chat first, and then we'll get back to right. So, Stuart, as always, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is well. As always, I am concerned about tomorrow's game. Hear what he says? I'm concerned about tomorrow's game. I can't lie, but I will naturally be watching Brother Titch's watch along, cheering on the mighty Hammers. Happy Amaret. She is the channel royalty. She's the head of the harem. I've got a harem. It's all H's, yeah. You're part of it, sort of. Harry Geezer, Hammers Fans United, Hammer Gang, Harmony, Happy Amaret, and look who else has rejoined us, Helen. So we've got all the H's.
Hey, Helen.
This is our harem of ladies. Harmony, Helen.
Yeah, good. There's a good one with Helen. Me and Helen were talking on one of the things the other day on the chat, and she comes from Plaistow, which round the corner from me. I was in Upton Park. Yep. And we both went to East Ham College.
Wow.
She went a year before I started my apprenticeship. I went there for 4 years. So I had 2 nights and 1 day a week. Doing my city and guilds. And she done a secretarial course at the same college. Small world.
So you were there at the same time, though, weren't you? Even though you started a year later.
Yeah. We're about the same age, me and Helen.
Wow.
She might be a year older than me or something. That's about it.
Right. Happy says been looking forward to this. I'm glad Happy could partake as always when she's available.
You won't be when you hear what I've got to say, Happy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Listen, one thing I would say that I did say it in the last Brentford prediction show is, you have to appreciate people's honesty, and some people will just tell you, what you want to hear and all that, and then I think you should respect and appreciate those that kind of try and just be as honest with you in life as they possibly can. Sometimes you can't be too honest because you hurt people's feelings and that, but when it comes to a game of football, everyone's opinions and honesty is a must. Right, so Stuart says, hi brothers Titch and Kieran, hope you're both well. I'm great.
Stuart.
Yep. Helen says, hi guys, thank you for tuning in, Helen. And like I said, Helen, before we go any further, so this show is quite simple. We all pick a opposing player to watch, which is obviously someone from Lyon for this edition. Then we pick a West Ham player to watch, and why you're picking that player. Then we pick a random prediction, which could be, I don't know, 10 corners in total, or VAR is going to rule out 3 goals, whatever. It's just random. Then we pick an entertainment value out of 10 and then correct score. So yeah, it just keeps everybody involved, Helen. Happy says ladders, sweetie. Helen. Big up Lee Stephen. Main man's in the house. Hello everyone. Big up Lee.
Lee. How you doing, bro?
Happy Amaret. Hello Lee. Hello Stuart. Wally, big up Wally. Wally's here. Good evening, Godfather Wally. He says, good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, Wally. I didn't even see his name there. I thought it was somebody else. Big up, Wally, man. Hi, Happy. Fuckface isn't a H, she says.
Yeah, I've got 2 F's and an H, haven't I?
He's right there on the, where's the thing? Above Kieran, Harry Geezer, HG. He's above Kieran's little box there. Big up, Lady Luke. Evening, ladies. We call him VAR HR Luke. He's always complaining and all of that in the game shows. Big up Luke. Hi brother Wally. Hi Kieran. Big up Big Mally. Evening. All good luck tomorrow. That's from Big Mally. Thank you, Mally.
Cheers, Mal.
DD. I'm their secret love child apparently. Who's secret love child? Oh, you and Helen. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I thought you were talking about us two. I was like, what the hell? Negative Nelly at his finest. If he's negative Nelly, you can call me tentative Titch, maybe. Hey up, Stu. City game was a bit feisty. Yeah. Did you watch that, Kieran, or no? Champions League?
No, I didn't. Right. No.
Yeah. Atletico, man. You know, they done well. Took the game to Man City 0-0, but at the end, you know, like all the, you know, the nastiness comes in from some of their players, and yeah, like Savic was just yeah. But, Simeone yeah.
I just saw the result. I didn't see any of it. But over 2 games, City only scoring 1 goal. It's quite surprising, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. Wally says, I'm very interested in Titch's prediction. He was right about Brentford. ... Waltz. Hey, happy evening, happy Amaret. Then look who's in the building. Another special guest. Big up John Andrew. He says, hey up, Titch. How you doing, John? John Andrew, sorry. Hope you're well. Lee says happy. Did you know Lyon haven't not scored at home in a quarterfinal since 2014? I love breaking records. See? So we call her, what does she call you? Negative Nelly.
Oh, she has backed it up by saying she's going to stop that happening now. But
yeah, but the fact that she's now planted that seed in our heads. Lee, my guy. And the only and the one and only Mrs. Lanzini. That's from John Andrew. Hi, Lee. Second half was mental. That's the Atletico game. Hey, Wally. Lukey, missed your moaning. Good evening. Boom. Hello, Lee. Stay firm. Right, let me just... How's it going? Hey, Helen. Boom, boom. Testicle Titch, she called me. Oh, no, missed you. Let's see. John says he's missed everybody. It's a good... I do enjoy these. Sincerely. Good. Thank you for asking. You've been gone a while, John. Yeah. Atletico, what a real display of losing with dignity. Yeah, not good. I'm good.
They just started kicking everyone, did they, Titch?
It weren't that. It was they was targeting Phil Foden. The referee was not on top of the game either, so he kind of made a rod for his own back. And then at the end he started dishing out yellows. But I'm thinking, but you should have booked their players early doors. Then you got Simeone winding up his players. Then when it comes on top, he's now pretending he's the peacemaker. Yeah, like Savic was just, basically, Felipe, he slide tackled Foden near the end when it was like into injury time. He got the ball, but then he kicked him with his other foot. So then Foden's rolled around, then he's rolled back on the pitch, and then Savic has tried to drag it. So there was about 40 people, staff players, like all crowding around. Then Grealish comes on as sub, and Savic pulls his hair. Apparently, he headbutts someone as well. That the referee was in the studio saying, "Listen, if the ref sees what I've just seen, he's the red card." They didn't even show that back on the VAR, so he stayed on the pitch. So, yeah, just a lot of Atletico doing kind of what they do. I've got enough names. Cheers.
This is European football at its finest, isn't it?
Yeah,
this sort of shit. That goes on.
Right, Big Mally says Simeone should have seen red. I'm okay, good. And Luke says Savic pulled Grealish hair and headbutted Sterling. See, I heard the ref in the studio say headbutt, but I didn't know who it was on, and I didn't see it. And then apparently, Kieran, after the game, most of the Atletico players, they stayed on the pitch to applaud their fans. Then it turns out Savic has left the team to forget about, acknowledging his fans. He's run down the tunnel, confronted Grealish, and I think they got into it physically, and then 4 policemen rushed down the tunnel as well. So, yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah, I missed the game. Sounds a good watch. And apparently, in the first leg, he was flicking Jack Grealish. It's like Savic has got an issue with Jack Grealish that he's continued into this game. Mr. Lanzini, we've got me on this, so you know where to find me. Oh, Discord. Wally says, I really want to pull Grealish's hair too, to be honest. That's what. Hey, Lee, my man. And Happy says, true, John, I've not been around much myself recently either. Right, so we've caught up with that. Right, so Kieran, because normally I do this at the start, but then we missed the comments. So we've caught up. Without giving away too much, let's just go back to, the first game, go back to what's happened since in regards to, injuries and Creswell being out, and then, full circle as to tomorrow's game. Yeah, so just kind of put it all into one if you can.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we wanted to have a win at home, didn't we? And we didn't quite manage it. But the way the game transpired with the sending off, mate, then the victory weren't really on the cards, even though we went 1-0 up. It was fantastic. And it was just a great effort to hold on to and keep it to a draw, which keeps us in the tie. It means we got a chance. It was a tough game. Lyon's tactics were fucking annoying, sickening at times. The sending off was soft. It really was. The referee was diabolical. So not much went, when you had a game like that not much went for you, and to still get a point out of it, really get a draw. It was a great effort. Since then, we went and played Brentford, and this is what's damaged everyone's confidence, I think. Well, certainly mine. And I'd like to get Brentford game out of my head, because if we'd just gone from that first leg straight to the second leg, I'd be a lot more confident than I am now. But after, not the result against Brentford, but the actual performance was so poor. And it was poor all over the park. You know, there was a part maybe Dawson could put his hand up, done all right, and maybe Fab, but that's about it. Everyone had an off day. So that was really, really disappointing. On top of that, we lose Zuma. Now, for this game now, we've not got Zuma. We've not got Cresswell. And please don't forget Ogbonna, right? Because at the end of the day, Zuma and Ogbonna are our two best centre-halves. Yep. As simple as that. If they were fit, they both play. We're 3 missing out of our back line. You know, 3 out of 4 of our starting back line. And that's a worry. So what we've got to hope now is that the guys coming in can stand up and do a job, because I think we will be doing a lot of defending here in Lyon. You know, I think it's going to be a hard, tough ask. I reckon that our defence has got to stand up. If Diop and Dawson can do what they did in the early rounds of the Europa League, and they done all right, they done well. Yeah, they did. Played well. It was probably lesser opposition, but they played well, and we need them both to have good games. It's never the best when you see Diop and Dawson in a top game, because they're not quite as effective. Dawson and Zuma have done really well together, a good pairing. They've seemed to have gelled quite well. You know, and so we're just hoping that our back four stand up and don't give any silly goals away. Maybe we got a chance.
Right, let me read Luke's comment. Luke says Leon spent more time on the grass than Bob Marley. Then we have a very, very, very special guest in the house. This is my brother Oz Malik, Man United fan, but you know we can't all be perfect. But yeah, really good guy. First time I think he's been on a live. Good guy. But yeah, Oz, I'm going to ring you tomorrow, definitely. But thanks for tuning in. I think it's the first time he's tuned in. Big up Oz. Right, let me. Oh, and Kieran's in Oz.
We've got two Aussies.
Right. Brentford. John Andrew, I'll come on the train. Luke, you do come up with them. Meet up with yous. Indeed. One sec. Right. Here we go. So Oz has said up the Hammers. Like I said, he's Man United, but he's showing his support for West Ham. What we got here? Happy says, I think we were due a shocking game by all players. Got the 3 boys back on the pitch now. I am confident. Oz is laughing at something. Happy, am I right? It says, Oz, you know, you have to know when I... Okay, bro. Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow. Definitely, Oz. Like 100%. I know it's too early, but Diop was my player to watch for the exact reasons brother Kieran just said. And John Andrew says, Oz, my guy. Right, so everybody, it might be a bit easier this time round because, you know, we've played against Lyon. And even if you ain't got any explanation as to why, just name a Lyon player that you are picking that could potentially be a thorn in West Ham side. So, Kieran, if you were to pick, I think I know you're going to pick, and I think I might be picking the same player. If you were to pick a Lyon, no, you are going to pick a Lyon player to watch. Who's your player to watch from Lyon for tomorrow's game?
Yeah, well, the guy that really impressed me, he came off the bench, didn't he? Was Tete.
Yeah, that's my player.
And there might be a chance he's on the bench this week, but they've had a couple of injuries in their midfield, haven't they? Forget that, what, Paqueta or something? They reckon he's probably their best player. He's their playmaker. You know, he's their Lanzini, if you like. And I think he's definitely out. I've heard he's definitely out of the game. He's injured, that's good. And there's a couple of others down. Huh?
He's definitely not playing at Paqueta or whatever.
Yeah, that's him. He's out. That's something because he is their playmaker. So I don't know whether that means Tete gets a start, but even if he doesn't start, I think the guy, when he came on against us, he made the difference. I think, I know everyone say Johnson had a pretty good game. He done all right, but that guy done him 2 or 3 times. And for pace, he's really rapid, he's quick, and he's dangerous. So he's who I would worry about, because we haven't got Cresswell there. And I'm not sure if we're going to set up in a back 4 or a back 3. I think there's every chance we might set up in a back 3. So he's going to be dangerous. So, yeah, Tete is the boy I'd worry about if he starts or even if he comes on. Yeah. I mean, that guy could turn a game.
Right. Like I said, I'm going to get to the comments after. That's my player to watch. And when you look at it, like, I didn't know that Paqueta, whatever his name was, injured. They've got him. They've got Dembele. Their top goal scorer, I believe, is the what's his name? Nakambi or yeah. So they've got dangerous attacking players in their team, and more than us. You know, like if you look at their team, they've got more attacking options.
They've got more goal scorers for sure.
Yeah.
They really have.
But yeah, that Tete came on, changed the game, and they're lucky that they got him because they got him from Shakhtar, who obviously, because of what's going on, they was allowed to move players on and that. So they picked up someone who came on and made their goal. You know, he made a difference in the first leg, and yeah, you know, he stood out that much that for me, that's the natural player that I'm gonna pick, and hopefully whoever starts up against him can kind of get the better of him early doors. I think Johnson got caught out cold, and you know, it took a little while for him to adapt, and then he was kind of all right after that. But yeah, he was crucial and decisive when he needed to be, and that got them back in the game. Luke says, "I will call you as well, Oz." You know, he's going to be in this chat now because Lopez from Happy, who she says their goalkeeper is probably injured. Or he's not available. Yeah,
he came off. Apparently, he could be injured for the game.
Well, that's a good thing because I know he's been at Lyon for many of years as their number 1, so they are used to playing with him behind them. So hopefully, he is out. Stuart says
their backup keeper is a bit of a Roberto. That would be handy.
That would even it up a little bit. Stuart says Ndombele, who obviously scored the equalizer. He's dangerous. He is one. Once he's at his best, he is a good player. Happy says Oz group call. The right winger came on late, Tete, especially versus Masuaku. So Luke has also identified Tete.
Says, he's presuming Masuaku will start, and I don't think he will. But
nah, whoever he plays against, he's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Happy says Tete is the one to watch without a doubt. Oz says let's do it. Mrs. Lanzini. Right. Helen says Dembele is a player to watch from Lyon.
Sure is.
Yeah, especially with his little winking antics. Wally says Tete. Happy says we know what to expect now. They saw a poor-ish version of us with 10 men. Bring it on. She's confident. Robert, big up Robert Singleton. Robert says won't be rapid with a dead leg. Oh, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be nice, Robert. If he hit him hard early.
It's funny that
got hit him hard early.
It's true. You know, something that you can innocuous and you can't get a yellow for. You know, like that. Yeah, dead leg would be perfect.
Just a knee.
Someone like Antonio, who's probably got a nice strong knee.
Knee into the thigh accidentally on purpose.
Yeah, accidentally. Yeah, that would be, you know, where you just can't shake it off either. Like, I need to come off. John Andrew says, Titch, how's a new laptop? It's good, you know. I only use it for this. I don't use it for nothing else. It's always on, like, basically, when I'm online, I have to keep it on charge. Like, the battery don't last, but it don't matter. But you know, it's allowed me to be able to do all of this stuff live. So I'm over the moon. Rob, you called. But Lee says Dembele as well. John Andrews said, yeah, I did, Mr. Lanzini. Name sounded something different. Right, Hammerhead. Big up Hammerhead. Broski's in the house. Hammerhead says, good evening, legends. Sorry I haven't been around during the day for the initial thoughts. And guess who this week been working? I hope to see you all next week. Big ups, all of you, Broski and Kieran. Big up, Hammerhead.
Hey, Hammerhead.
I'm doing a watch along tomorrow as well, Hammerhead, if you're free. That starts at 7:30. I was joking about the G goalkeeper. Can we talk about Savic bullying Grealish tonight? That's Oz. We did speak about that. And we will break up the show maybe after this first segment. Player to watch. One sec. Big up Happy. Defo Tete from Hammerhead. Luke says, didn't work though, did it, Oz? Glad they lost. Horrible team. Yeah. Did Savic used to play for Man City? He did, didn't he? Savic.
Was it that guy?
No, it wasn't him. Who was the Serbian that played for it? It wasn't him. Still got there.
Yeah, I know you mean.
Happy says Antonio's massive thighs. Yeah, he's the man for the job. Right. Big up Harmony. Hi, Luke. Just back from Chambers, seeing my barrister. How a West Ham fan guesses an 18-year-old who's never played 1 minute for Leeds involves Dark Falls. Oh, here she goes. Yeah, Luke's got her on his bandwagon of she's meant to be part of the harem. Is that how you say it? Harem. Harem, yeah. Harmony, you've moved back to the dark side. You don't want extra. Oh, Helen says don't want extra time and pens, but that will kill us off.
We don't, Helen. We don't, mate.
Especially with Burnley 2 or 3 days later. Therefore, I'll pop in. Nice one, Hamid. Link me if you want. Hi, Stu. You're my friend. Oz says yes, he did. Farrell, how was your day? Hi, Arms. Remember, Amnesty are paying for the legal bills. Savic did play. Oh, he did play for City.
Right, Savic. Yeah, I remember the name, but can't remember the player that much.
I thought so, but then I thought I'm sure they had another Serbian centre back who went. Who was the other one? Somebody let me know. They had another, I'm sure, Serbian centre back who moved on. Savic. Yeah, who was that? There was another one. I can picture his face, but I can't think of his name. We'll have to see Nobes take one for us. I'm good, thank you. Right, so yeah, all right. So just to break it up a little bit and maybe just change the subject slightly from what Oz has said. Champions League semi-finals are Liverpool v Villarreal, who knocked out Bayern Munich, and then obviously Real Madrid, who came through an epic 2 legs against Chelsea, and they now play Man City. So everybody in the chat, I know this is not relatable to what we're doing, but it's European football. It's a European football show. Who is going to be in the final? Is it going to be a City-Liverpool final for you, Kieran?
I think Liverpool, yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Liverpool will definitely be in that final. I think Villarreal so really punching above their weight, but they've knocked out Juventus and Bayern, so you can't. This is what can happen in European football, mate. They got battered. From what I see at the highlights yesterday, they got battered by Bayern yesterday, and then nicked a goal from a breakaway at the end. And he's unreal. What's the result for that team? And that Unai Emery again. Unai Emery just seems to be able to get a team to play in Europe and win games, doesn't he? He does really well with it. So, but I still think Liverpool will have too much for them. They'll beat them. Is it a 2-legged semi-final?
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be no problem there. Man City, Real Madrid, toss a coin. Even though I don't think Real Madrid are that good. I mean, even yesterday, that Chelsea game, Chelsea should have beat them. Yeah. They should have won that game. Even after they got it up to the score it was, they had 3 or 4 chances, Chelsea, to, score another goal and didn't take them. I really thought Chelsea outplayed them. And if Chelsea can do that, so can Man City with their firepower. So Man City, I'd edge Man City. They're just a very short favourite in that. So, but European football, Villarreal knocking out Bayern Munich, no one would have thought that would happen. But they did over 2 leagues. They beat them 1-0 at home, and they got that goal at the end to secure it. So brilliant.
The thing is, like I said before, is sometimes, like for instance, let's say we got through. I think for us, it would make sense to play the first leg at home, you know, rather than go Barca first. Now, Bayern would have thought, look, we're away second. No, sorry, we're at home in the second leg. They would have, that would have been the perfect thing for them, and it still didn't work out that way.
No.
So, yeah, I think sometimes you just got to cross the bridge when you get there, and you never know. You know, we can take some sort of inspiration from Villarreal because they're 7th in La Liga. No one, I don't think, gave them a chance. Yeah, they won the first leg, but the second leg back in Munich. And
exactly,
you know, they've come through.
It's a fantastic effort from Villarreal. You know, even though they were outplayed most of the game, they still done it. It's amazing. And this is what I'm saying with Chelsea. Even Chelsea losing at home 3-1. I mean, Mendy giving that goal away, that cost them. To me, that cost them the tie. That third goal at Stamford Bridge. And then Lukaku missed an absolute sitter of a header near the end of that game too. That's what it cost them the first leg. But Chelsea had enough chances to win that game comfortably. There you go.
But
they did.
You know, Real Madrid, they know their way through this competition, and that just shows you like where experience comes into it. That 3-0 down, they're against the ropes, and you know they've got Benzema, Modric, the ball to him, you know, the outside of the boot and all of that is ridiculous.
Whoa. What a ball that was, Shay. This is the difference in having. When we talk about world-class players, we keep saying it too easily now. We throw that term out, world-class. This Modric is a world-class player. 100%. And he turned the game. They were getting battered there by Chelsea. And all of a sudden, he just says that one ball, what outside of the boot, they score, and it changed the game. What a bit of brilliance that was. And Modric does that for you. And that's what we need Lanzini to do for us.
Yeah, exactly. Happy. You better sort your man out. Right, so Harmony she's been mixing with Luke too long. I'm not liking this. Big Mally says Madrid v Liverpool is his prediction. Happy says it's got to be Man City if I had to choose, but I can't stand Liverpool either. Happy says to win, I mean. So yeah, she's saying Man City or Liverpool's going to win it. Oz says Villarreal v City in the final.
Cool. Oz. That's a big goal. That would be amazing. He's a Man United fan. He would say that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He just bypassed it. Right, Real v Bin United final, I think. As she think Harmony's agreeing with Mally. Luke says no. Happy says the Bin Dippers will win, so she's saying Liverpool. Luke says Unai Emery is a genius in Europe. To be fair,
it is Lukey.
Yeah.
He seems to get results, mate, that he shouldn't. So, what can you say?
Stuart says Liverpool will play Villarreal. Wow. Oh yeah, they're playing them in the semis. I thought you meant in the Man City play Madrid. Okay, I'm behind. Helen says would like Liverpool v Man City final and City win. So that's her preference. Helen, yeah, exactly that. But I can see Bin Dip has taken it. Liverpool versus Man City in the final, says Lee. And Liverpool v Man City in the final, Man City winning it, says Stuart. Right, so I was meant to put the things on, wasn't I? Let's go to here. Let's go, everybody in the chat, for tomorrow's game, a West Ham player to watch and why you are picking that player. Kieran, if you haven't got your player already, we can wait, see what everybody in the chat is saying. But yeah, we're on to West Ham's player to watch for tomorrow's game, everybody. Let me see what Robert says. Robert says, sad.
Put the kettle.
Yeah. Sod City and Bin Dippers, West Ham on Thursday. Oh, Sod City and Bin Dippers, West Ham on Thursday. Yeah, we've moved on now. Right. Rob, she's laughing. Why is it sunny in Kieran's house? Kieran lives in Australia. Oz. Yeah, he's in Australia. He's not from there, but he's been living there for the last 30 years. So he's in Oz. Lanzini. Okay. So Happy's picked Lanzini, obviously.
Yes.
Harmony says, I want City to win. Fuck all. Cheated the fair play system for years.
Yes, I agree with Harmony.
Oz is using my government name. Diop is key. All right, Stuart says Diop is key tomorrow and needs to be at his very best if West Ham have a chance of getting through. So he's picking Diop as he's player to watch. Harmony says Areola. Luke, so she thinks he's going to be busy, obviously.
And she's got to be right, I think.
Luke says Dawson because he would need to be immense. So, so far, people are acknowledging that our defensive players are going to be key tomorrow. So we should have some realism for the rest of the show, I think. And right, Big Mally says Dawson to lead by example. Hammerhead says Manu, player to watch. Helen says Declan Rice is our player to watch. John Andrews says David Moyes. Robert says man to watch for us, Rice. We play different with the yellow card. Oh, will he play different with the yellow card hanging over him? Yeah, he's had to get through two legs. Well, this will be the second one. Lee says Antonio. And let me just show you why Lee said Antonio.
Antonio!
So yeah, Michael Antonio from Lee. Our best centre back and left back are out. Our two best centre backs, obviously, but Ogbonna has been a long time. We have players not as good to step in. They need to be on the ball. And also, Ben Johnson was the first choice out of the three right backs up until whatever, his illness, his injury. So if he's also not available, then that's, our strongest back four not available if everybody were fit. Right. Luke says Antonio needs to work out what that big white thing at either end of the pitch is. Yeah. He just forgot that. So he's saying he needs a goal. Antonio from Happy. I prefer Big Dawes to Oggy. No chance, Hammer it. No chance.
No.
Nah. We spoke about this before, and I think it wasn't acknowledged what exactly Ogbonna brings to the team. And if we could have somehow got through the season with Zuma and Ogbonna fully fit, we would have probably 6 or 8 more points in the league. And we realistically could have been fighting for the top 4. I think top 6 would have been a definite had Ogbonna stayed fit throughout the whole season. That's just my opinion. But in my opinion, he's our most important defender.
No, I think you're right. And I think Liverpool proved that when Pickford assaulted Van Dijk and took him out, really that curtailed their season. They will never win the league once that happened. Yeah, made a massive difference. Difference to him. And I think Ogbonna was the same for us. I think he was our hammer of the year last year, Titch. I thought he was absolutely superb for us last season. And, he was on the same plane this season, and then the injury.
Yeah.
So it has been a big loss. It's a shame.
But
you got to give credit to Dawson, mate. He's done fantastic. He is what he is, mate. But he's done really, really well, mate. Really well.
Without this, I don't know, downplaying any of our centre backs, I believe, and this has always been my opinion, even when we signed Zuma, Angelo Ogbonna was our most important defender, right? Because he's left-footed, he's left-sided, and the way he organizes, and he can read the game. And I think Zuma would have possibly learned a bit, from Ogbonna. Yes, Zuma's won more stuff, but he would have learned, little things that he would have learned out in Italy and all of that stuff. So he was the glue for our defense. His organization skills. He's got a very calm temperament as well. You never really see him. He doesn't lose it, and So us losing him was a massive blow, and we did speak about that at the time. And that's why I felt so passionately when people were sort of almost disrespecting him, saying like, "Oh, don't worry about him. We're bringing Elise, and all these players that we're never going to see this season. So, yeah. Right. I prefer Big Dawes to Oggy, but yeah, that's your, everybody's got their own opinion, and Dawson's been fantastic for us. Like, seriously. Wally says Dawson will batter those rolling, flopping Lions, fake Lions.
Yeah.
You think Oggy will come out better than Dawson? I don't know. If he can get back to full fitness, then of course.
It's going to be hard, eh?
Yeah.
It's going to be
about
hard.
the fitness.
Yeah. At his age and that serious injury, it's going to be hard for him to get back where he was, I think. You never know, but it will be tough for him. It's a shame.
Helen says, just hope we don't disgrace ourselves and get thumped 3 or 4-0. Luke, go on, give us a clue. Is it in an Igloo? Former Italian centre back gets my vote. You're talking about Ogbonna, isn't he? Yeah, it must be. Former Italian. Yeah. Top 6 would have been the definite had we had a striker. Transit Van Harms. I don't know.
Could have helped.
Right, let me catch up. What did you think to Marsh's sport in? Oh, talk sport. Helen, it won't happen. Disabled team. Luke says, anyone watch the Gaza documentary on BBC Two tonight? Really good. Probably in iPlayer. No, but now that you've said that, I don't watch a lot of TV, but I will. On your recommendation, I'm gonna have a look. Oggy is 34 in a few weeks. Don't worry, 34 years young. I think exactly the same Harmony. Hampy says, fuckface really made me fancy a tea.
Okay, make one.
I'm gonna guess that's tea number 3 for you, Kieran.
Well, absolutely. Number 3. Thank you. I'll probably have number 4 by the time this is finished.
Right, here we go. So we will move on to the random prediction, and Robert has already put his in. Let me get rid of that. Right, Robert says random prediction: Johnson to play defensive midfield, 2 good feet. Now, Robert, right, everybody, get your random predictions in. Kieran, do you remember I said a long time ago when we was struggling? I think Rice was out sick or something, and I said, no one had mentioned this, so it's not like I jumped on any bandwagon. And I did say, would you not go with Ben Johnson in the middle, because he can use 2 feet. Obviously, he knows how to defend, and he's decent on the ball. And I can't remember what show. I think it might have been on West Ham Random. And I did say that, Robert, that I don't see no reason, if he's fit, why he couldn't do a job in there. Do you understand? What? Yeah.
No, no reason why he couldn't. There's no reason why he couldn't do that sort of job. Because my sort of thinking, if we do go 3 at the back tomorrow, he's the guy that's going to be the 3rd at the back for me. Yeah. So if you can expect him to do a centre half job, there's no reason why he couldn't do a defensive midfielder's job. Right. I say he's not the quickest in the world, but he's not the slowest either. And I don't see any reason across that whole back line. I don't see why he couldn't do a job, apart from being the centre half. Yeah. But on the right side of centre half, on a back 3, I think he could do a job. Could it, if we had to fit him in next to Rice? Yeah, I don't see why we couldn't.
Yeah. So, like I said, I always bang on about I've got a good memory, and I remember, saying that I think Rice might have been out, or I can't remember why, but I was thinking, clearly Crowell is not.
I don't think Moyes will do it.
No,
because he's more likely to throw Noble in than he would put Johnson in there. But I don't think he'd do it. But do I think Johnson could do it? Yeah, I
do. Right. So can't be asked. What are you doing? Can't be asked. Fuck face. Oh, to make the tea. Right. So Stuart says random prediction is the game will be better ref. Laugh out loud.
Yes, awesome. I think he's right. It will be.
Right, Hammerhead says random prediction is Rice will score a screamer. Luke says bit late for tea, Happy. You will only need to get up for a wee. Robert says I like that Antipodian fellow. He talks a lot of sense. Antipodian.
That's a
pronounce it.
Antipodian. That is.
Right.
That's anyone from the southern hemisphere.
Okay. Antipodian fellow talks a lot of sense.
I don't know, Robert. You see me out 10 beers.
2 beers.
Yeah, or two and a bottle of red.
Big Mally says an own goal will win the game. That's his random prediction.
Oh, Mally. That was my prediction last week of Dawson scoring an own goal. Yeah.
Well, let's hope it's a Lyon player that scores that own goal. Helen says Antonio to score at long last. That's a random prediction. That is a random prediction as well. John Andrews says David Moyes to pull some 6 skills with the ball. So David Moyes is going to display his ball control. Stuart says I think Lyon will go down to 10 men and West Ham nick it 1-0. That's his random prediction.
Oh, wouldn't that be ironic justice?
Exactly. Wally says Noble will score a pen. So that's either Noble starts or he comes on. It goes extra time for him to be on the pitch and score a penalty. Right. Happy says random prediction. Lanzini screamer of a goal at 6 minutes in. Bowen to score at 66 minutes.
You know.
I like your optimism. I love it.
It's all the 6s.
See, look, Robert's saying basically if you had Souček, Rice, and Johnson, it would allow Rice to go forward more. And it would also allow Souček to go forward more when Rice doesn't go forward. And, you know, Souček's late runs into the box, if the ball's right, is, you know, we need runners from midfield in tomorrow's game. And Souček is, you know, if you put the ball on the money, he's, you know, he's almost unplayable when it comes to those aerial duels. So, yeah. But the reason why I don't think Moyes would do it tomorrow is because we're already lacking defenders. So Johnson, if he is available, is going to be needed in the back line.
Yeah, I think so.
But I get your thinking.
There was half a rumour that Johnson might not be fit as well.
That's what I was thinking.
Nightmarish if that happens. Well, God.
Yeah, exactly.
So hard to pick a thing. Yeah.
And that's why I don't really, and I don't keep up to date with injuries or transfers. It's just like, you know, tomorrow, 7 o'clock, the team will be announced. And then, okay, now I know. You understand? I don't really speculate. I just, you know, until it's confirmed, like now we know Zuma's definitely out and it could be longer than just this game. Or, yeah. DT, like you're thinking. Oh, disabled team. Luke, I have a bladder like my nan, so you could be right. She's got a weak bladder. Crowd to start is Luke's random prediction. That is the most random one we've had.
Random.
That's the most random one. So you win for the random prediction. Oh, me and Kieran ain't even done it, have we?
Crowd's not even allowed to warm up.
Exactly. No. There's a danger that his warm up or lack of whatever will rub off on the other player. So he has to warm up by himself, out of view. Hamed says, I want to see plenty of shots with their second keeper playing. He only cost them 500k.
Yeah, apparently, I heard something about, they reckon, I think it's coming from Lyon fans, that he's fucking shit. He's a crap keeper. So if he's playing, we do want to see shots. That's the trouble. We don't shoot enough. It'd be nice to test him out.
So imagine Pens against him. Yeah, I just hope that he's bad. You know, like, for instance, last season when Fabianski was injured, it was like Randolph. And then remember, Randolph's out and it's like, shit, David Martin. I just hope he's the David Martin of Lyon.
Yeah. and doesn't have a heroic day.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I'm glad someone else does. Right. Happy says Antonio to shoot with it landing outside of the ground. Harmony says it's like Dick the Decorator saying that Picasso made mistakes and should have painting horses instead. Disabled team. How dare the Marsh's 44th day cloth equaled sacked tomorrow? Okay, that's Jesse Marsh who's upset the Leeds fans. I'm gonna have to watch this Marsh interview now. Marsh is a fool anyway. March or Marsh, make your mind up, pal. Yeah, I can't even know. Right, what he says, I heard that about Johnson too, but I saw him playing in one of the training sessions.
Yeah, true. Yeah, like I say, these sort of rumours you hear, and could half of it be Moyes throwing them out, and Who knows? I think he'll be fit and he play, but you never know the truth with Moyes until we announce that team. And apparently, they announced the teams in the European game an hour and a half before the match, not an hour.
But we get it an hour before, innit?
Normally in the Premier League it's an hour, but in Europe it's an hour and a half for some reason.
Oh, because I'm sure it still only flashes up an hour before. You know when you go on the apps and all that. But I'm going to check because the earlier I get it is the earlier I could start the show. Like I always give myself a bit of time.
Someone mentioned that in Europe it's an hour and a half when they announce it. But
national media, that's for sure. Harmony says Areola penalty save. Then Hammers go straight out the other end and Freddie scores an 18-yard bullet. That would be lovely. Happy says he is. They've only used him 4 times all season through false. So that's their goalkeeper. So anytime they've used him, they've had to use him. Harmony, well, he's hoping that your prediction comes true. Me and Kieran ain't even gone yet. Harmony, that would be Walt's a very happy man. Luke says training doesn't mean fit, but yeah, who knows? Oops. Happy says Titch, give us a wave. Titchy, give us a wave. What about you, Kieran? You want to join in? Mexican wave. How do we do the Mexican wave again? Let's do a Mexican.
No.
Big up Christopher Stokes. Thank you for tuning in. He's obviously Liverpool. He says we're going to win the quadruple. It's on.
It's on. It's on.
It's definitely on. They had a 3-3 game against Benfica today. They started, Salah, Mane on the bench, Van Dijk. But yeah, 3-3 because they'd already done the job in the first leg. So that was another entertaining game. Big up, Christopher. Thanks for tuning in. John Andrew says, Titchy, gears away. Titchy, gears away. Titchy. Come on, Kieran.
Not waving going on.
I want West Ham to win Europa League, says Christopher. Don't we all? Christopher, big up Leeds fan. Did you see the PSG fans in the ground? Great celebrations the other day. No. Oh, here we go. Look at. I was waiting for Luke to come up with something slick. Luke says, "I see Titch's jumper. Explain what you need to provide to win one of these quiz shows." So Luke is saying money talks when it comes to the quiz shows.
Simple. We're all open for bribes, mate. We're like German referees. We'll take anything.
Happy, can you just clarify that he's way off the mark there, and it's about skill and the rest of it. Oh, she's laughing at him. She's laughing because she was so far off. Hey, Happy, am I right? Harmony says, I wouldn't bother. Nothing really. Thinks he's in the same league as the greats of all time. He digged that Bielsa on day 44. Clough was sacked after 44 days. Digs at Reeve. Oh, shit. I didn't know that. Wow. Yeah, he shouldn't have done that. So basically, I don't know if you know the story. I only found this out from Stuart. Basically,
what's the story?
He's done a press conference today, and I think he didn't even imply, basically said Bielsa ball, which is obviously what they named his brand of football, was the reason why the Leeds players were, picking up injuries.
Well, he might not be far off the truth, mightn't he? I think he's a stupid boy for saying it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have. For the love that the Leeds fans have for Bielsa, I wouldn't say anything against him.
Right.
I'd only give him praise. Don't you make the rod for your own back there to knock him for anything. Exactly. But factually, he might be right, because I do believe if they'd stuck with Bielsa, they were going down.
I said that as well. They would have went down.
I always thought that. I said that to Stewie a few times. I think if you stick with him, you're gone, mate. Because the way the gun-ho way they were playing and the goals they were leaking, that was relegation stuff. You're going to go down. So, but I think the boy is a bit stupid for saying anything.
Yep. Right. I said to Stuart that one, even if it's true, and I know a lot of football fans believe that. I said to Stuart, what he might also be trying to do is buy himself some time so that when let's say, for instance, his style of play next season is sometimes what West Ham do, we let the other team have possession. Leeds fans have got used to that 100 miles an hour. He now might be trying to cover his back. Now that he said that, when he implements a new style of football, they're going to be subconsciously aware of what he said. Oh, this might be for the benefit, because you understand what I'm saying to you. He might be saying it because it's stupid him saying it, unless he's got a motive, and his motive could be his style of football might not appease those fans, but if he says this to cover his back, they might be more open to his new brand of football.
Yeah,
maybe. Otherwise, it don't make any sense by him coming out and criticizing Bielsa.
No.
Right, big up Tyler Paul. Chelsea was unlucky. We did speak about that. Chelsea were very unlucky yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great game as well. Thanks for tuning in, Tyler, Paul, as well. Big Mallet, he said the training methods were the reason, and he is spot on. Right, Happy says, Tichko is the best quiz master ever. Right, here we go. Someone speaking a lot of sense to grace the screens. Knowledgeable about everything football, and a delight to share thoughts with. You should see this as a learning curve, Luke.
My God, that's an unusually nice thing for her to say. I never get that.
See,
I never get that, mate.
So, I didn't need to say anything. Thank you, Happy. She just stated the obvious. Jesse Marsh stated the obvious, and he didn't need to. She stated the obvious, and she had to because Luke was speaking out of turn.
Yeah.
Right. That, in a nutshell, Kieran. He has not earned the right to disrespect a superior manager. 44 days of lead. Exactly.
Yeah. He's not.
Save that for your book.
Any sense, you stay quiet, mate, and just do your job, and let the people judge you. Don't be judging previous managers. And
Exactly.
All you have to do is look at the history of Bielsa and how many years Leeds were in the wilderness, and he got them back to the top flight of football. And fans don't forget that. Fans will never forget that, because regardless of the ending, and he wouldn't sort of bend and change. He got them there in the first place, and I think fans shouldn't forget that.
Exactly.
They shouldn't be.
Yeah. No. Exactly. He's he was everything for Leeds United, and then he reached the point where now we need to make a change. Harmony says, okay, but I'm intrigued. Tyler Paul, learn new things. Happy. Nah, I'm okay. Wally says, this is funny. Wally says, bloody Yanks running their mouths off.
Yeah, you're all the bloody same, Wally. You're all the same, mate.
Wally broke the mold. But you know what? To be fair, stereotypically, that's what an American. Yeah, they're not there. That is what he's just done. What you would expect, like.
Yeah, because I'll tell you a story. I when I was a young lad and that was always in bloody Yanks, fucking all too mouthy and that. And so it weren't until I started travelling, right? And I was in stopped off in Thailand on once, and I remember going in Bangkok airport, and all I had was Australian dollars on me, right? And I remember going to the bar, and all the exchanges were shut. It was the middle of the night, and I tried to buy a beer, and there was about 3 or 4 Yanks sitting there, and the guy said, "No, we don't. You need Thai money. You need baht." And one of the American boys there said, "Mate, what's up?" I said, "I can't change any money. All the exchanges are shut." And he said, "What, would you want a beer?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "No, I'll get you a beer." I said, no, mate, you don't have to do that. It's all right. He said, no, come. So sit down with us. He got me a beer, mate, and I sat there for 2 hours because I had about a 4-hour wait for my flight. And I sat there with him for 2 hours, mate, and he bought me a load of beers, mate, and really nice guys. That was the first time I sort of really sat down and talked to a few Americans, and they were top guys, man, top lads, and I thought that was a nice thing to do. And I met a few people exactly the same.
Yeah. So, and Wally is,
apart from Wally, Wally's a nightmare.
If West Ham get Champions League, where they going? That's from Christopher. We ain't getting Champions League. Happy's laughing. Luke, right? Robert says, right there. So we've moved on to the entertainment value. Robert says, Lyon will have a lot of the ball, lots of passing around with no penetration. West Ham will break and score twice. Robert says 6 out of 10 for entertainment value. Oh, Kieran, one sec. We didn't even give out random predictions. One sec.
No, we didn't. Random prediction. Titch will disappear off the screen and never come back. How's that? No, he's back. That's wrong already.
Okay.
All right, mate.
Random prediction.
Random prediction. Sue Fowl. Well, I'm going to contradict myself later with this, but Sue Fowl will score his first ever goal for West Ham.
Okay. Right. On the spot, my random prediction is a Lyon player will get booked for diving.
Oh, yeah, that's got a great chance of happening, that.
Yeah. Right. So, and then so we're on to entertainment value. Right. Happy says, how different would this window need to be if we were actually to get Champions League next season? Night and day. I wouldn't have pods near the club, but promotion and a cup final I won't forget. That's from see. How are you, my friend? Still thinking there should be a 24-hour global West Ham channel. That's from Robert. 24 hours.
Jesus, 24 hour.
You two are very nice, lad. Your channel will be becoming big in the next 2 years. Thank you, Christopher. He said used to, so he knows, Kieran, you're part of the actual channel now. You've been
I said nice things about Liverpool last week, and I think that's what Christopher's going on. Yeah. And I still will, because to be honest, when we look at, there's only 2 teams winning this league, isn't there? And there's probably only 2 teams winning everything. But I like the way Liverpool have done it rather than Man City. To me, Man City over the years have just got an old stake to back them and bought it, where Liverpool have used good recruitment and spent well and sold well. And that's why I've got a bit more respect for Liverpool.
Yeah, I didn't see this comment. Robert said, I predict the presenters will not give theirs. That was our random predictions. Yeah, we nearly forgot. Nearly. Yeah. But yeah, respect for that, Christopher. This channel will never, this channel's never going to be a big YouTube channel. I think the market, the fan channels and that, it's not, it's only so far. So yeah, I'm not anticipating that, but I do enjoy doing this. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad that you think that, but yeah, it's never going to be, a big YouTube channel, unfortunately.
Unless you get all them Liverpool fans to subscribe.
Yeah. What we got here, right? So Big Mally says, all he said was the injuries weren't helping by the training, which many fans have said. He did not disrespect Bielsa. Okay. Harmony says March. Okay, this is that's their Leeds politics. Table team says 8.5 out of 10 entertainment value as a neutral. Biting my nails as someone who is fond of West Ham. So he thinks it's going to be a entertaining game. 8.5. I read that. Harmony says 2 penalty saves by Areola. Jeez. Hopefully not. Right. If you get to the semis, who would you believe in yourself? All right, that's a good question. And this should be for everybody. If we got through tomorrow, would you believe that we could go on and win this, knowing that it's probably going to be Barcelona in the semi-finals?
No.
That's like me. Yeah, I understand that.
No, I think it's West Ham. Do I believe it? No. Could it happen? Yes. Could it happen? Yes. When Barcelona were struggling at the beginning of the season there before they brought in Albert, I believed then that we could beat them. I thought they were really, really poor. They looked like they were in the dumps, man. But that boy's turned them around. And not that I'm writing off Frankfurt either, because like we've seen with Villarreal, there's no givens here in European football. There's no givens. It can change on one moment. It can be changed on a referee's decision, a VAR decision, a missed, sitter. You never know what can happen here in football. I wouldn't rise, but I'd be confident West Ham could get to the final. No, I wouldn't be confident. But could it happen? Yes, it could.
Yeah, I would echo that. And the reason why, Christopher, is our squad is, it's bare bones. And even when it wasn't, we only really relied on 14 players anyway. So yeah, we just, compared to the likes of Barca, they've got, strength in abundance, especially after this transfer window as well. They bought in Aubameyang, they bought in Ferran Torres, they bought in Traore. So yeah, they've recruited that, and we didn't. Luke says, I thinks it will be an awful game. Nervy, slow, and full of mistakes. Possibly goals from a set piece. He says 2 out of 10. He says tense rather than entertaining.
Yeah, you might be right too. You might be right.
Harmony, you know, she's at the other end of the spectrum. She says 9, a real nail biter. Happy says, Chris, I already have huge belief in us. She does. Not because of that. I like West Ham because of that. City lose on pens. That's why. West Ham. One sec. Hammer says, trouble in the tunnel after the City game. Players spitting at each other and fighting. Please had to get involved. Right. So we did speak about that. That there was a Savage and Grealish. And if anyone spat, I would assume it was Savage. Yeah. If that is the case. And then obviously Grealish is going to react to that. And the fact that, you know, he left his fans to go down there would mean that he would instigate any sort of altercation between the two once again. But I'm sure we'll get more info on that. Kristen says, I'll share the channel. You know, it's much appreciated. Like, seriously, you're new to the channel. You've been respectful and, you know, everything. So, yeah.
Great.
Much appreciated. Yeah, it will be tense, Luke, but I know we will do this. If you get Frankfurt, he says, if you get Frankfurt, would you have belief? I think if it was Frankfurt next round,
I probably would have a little bit more belief, but I would love West Ham's fans just to experience the Nou Camp and win or lose. You know, I think it would be a great day out for all the West Ham fans. And it would be a great time for, you know, for us, little old West Ham to be playing Barcelona in a semi-final. It's a dream, isn't it?
Exactly.
Absolute dream. It would be fantastic. I'd love to see them face Barcelona. I've been to the Nou Camp once, but that was when I was in Spain and just went for a stadium tour, you know?
Yeah.
Didn't see it. Fuck, you know, and that was many, many, many years ago. What a stadium that is. Their trophy rooms, it was as big as Upton Park, I think.
That's crazy. That ground, the atmosphere there is crazy as well. Like, so
yeah,
that a crazy atmosphere. If you get Frankfurt, enjoy the dream is what it's all about. It is possible, says Christopher. Wally says, if we played Barcelona, I just think we would be starstruck. And like I said, like just now, that Nou Camp is a whole nother experience, especially for, you know, you have people like Ogbonna in there who would be somewhat, you know, used to that big occasion. People like Zuma definitely used to that occasion. But, you know, going there with people that haven't experienced that, it will, you know, play a massive part in the tie. And I don't think any of our players have experienced anything like the Nou Camp. Ariola, nah, not really. Well, he has because he was on loan. But I'm saying, like, I don't think in a meaningful game, none of our players have experienced something like the Nou Camp.
No, it'd be something else, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Happy says, entertainment-wise, if a certain player stays on the pitch, very pleasing game, 7 out of 10. Luke says, I think we have a chance, Happy, but will be a toilet of a match. Lee says, hi to Christopher. You can do a Liverpool 3-0 down, 4-3. That my nerves. No. Hi, Lee, says Christopher. Helen says, haven't heard anything about our fine for the pitch invaders. Does anyone know if he will get fined?
I imagine he will.
And they'll get banned for however long from attending definitely West Ham games, but possibly, you know, just football stadiums in general. Right. Happy says, for a small squad, who are usually battling relegation, we have such heart and passion. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
We are, you know, victims of our own success.
And I think that might have knocked people's confidence because for the first time, probably since Moyes has turned up, Brentford, we didn't see it. That's what was surprising about that game. That heart and passion has got us through the whole season and the points we've accumulated. You know, I think that's the first time I didn't see it, you know, right across the pitch. I didn't see it. You know, I don't know whether to put that to fatigue or just having one eye on this game. It was missing, and that's sort of thrown me a bit. It really has, and it shouldn't, but it has. It would have been nice if we'd had I didn't mind losing the game, but if it had been a decent performance, I'd have been a lot more confident.
You know, the flip side to that is that, you know, it can only be better, and maybe,
Yeah, it can only be better.
yeah, maybe, you know, it was expected that it weren't going to be a West Ham top performance after everything considered, but maybe, you know, Moyes had let them know in training that, you know, look, go out there, do your best, but they are now fully focused on this game tomorrow, and we might see a completely different West Ham from that. Regardless of the injuries, we might just see, you know, a rejuvenated, and that might, yeah, it might be a little kick up the arse. Helen says, think it'll be a nervy game, 5 out of 10. Robert said, what song is this? Right, and we'll do it anytime, any possible way. We'll do it. Ain't nothing in the world gonna ever stop us, and we'll do it. What song is that? He's always got the songs. And we'll do it anytime, any possible way. We'll do it. Ain't nothing in the world gonna ever stop us, and we'll do it. It's hard when I'm just reading it and there's no melody.
Yeah, I need the melody.
Yeah. What song is that, Robert? Christopher says, if you lose, you can say we got to the semis to any other fan who say West Ham is bad. Well, we're in the quarters at the minute.
It's not things can only get better. It's not that one, is it?
Ah, it might be. Lee, my man. Right, we will catch up. So yeah, me and Kieran will give our entertainment value. Would you take Benzema for a day? I'll take him.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take him for 45 minutes.
Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah.
Give me 45 minutes of Karim Benzema. Christopher, we normally explain to them how we won the World Cup. Exactly, Luke. Yeah, that's all we got to do. Is just Luke, don't know. I don't. Oh, you don't understand. Explain, Luke, please. I love the story of an underdog. Regardless of what happens tomorrow, without signings, I want to really push up the table next season and keep the consistency for most of the season. Yeah. 1966, mate. West Ham won the World Cup, literally all on our own. It's true. Same way Diego Maradona won the World Cup for Argentina. We can say, if that's possible, 3 West Ham players won the World Cup for England in that the only time England have won it, and not badly. Right, so we've caught up.
But
yeah,
it was handy having the other 8 alongside us.
Yeah. Yeah, we needed them just to make up the numbers. Right, so Kieran, what would be your entertainment value tomorrow, and why are you giving that particular value?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Helen here with that nervy, scrappy. I think 5. I'm gonna go for a 5 out of 10 because I believe Moyes will set up really defensively. I think he's gonna try and hold them out and break, and try and nick a goal on the break. A little bit of a Villarreal performance. That's what I expect. I expect us to come at us a lot, and like who was it? Harmony said, Areola might be key in this game. So might Diop. Our defence is going to be tested, really tested. And whether we set up a 3 at the back, well, I do like if we set up a 3 at the back with Diop, Dawson, and Johnson, and we've got Soufal on the right, say, and Fornals on the left. If he needs to switch it, ain't working, he can switch it. He can just put Johnson then on the left, brings Soufal back to right back. It can be switched on field without making a change.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm looking at that 3 at the back. But they're all going to have to perform. But I do believe we won't be gun-ho. I reckon they'll try and keep it really, really tight. Let them have the ball. I can see them having about 70% of the ball. And we're going to try and nick it on the break. So I think entertainment-wise, it might not be that exciting.
Right. Before I go any further, Kieran, did me and you pick a West Ham player to watch? I know I didn't.
No, we didn't. No.
Right. Right. Let me give my entertainment value. Read the 4 comments, and then I think that's what Robert was talking about.
No.
Right. Not forgetting Bobby Moore, Peters, and Lee. Who would you swap Barcelona for Villarreal? I'd have to say yes, but look what they done last night. Of course, right. I'm going to give it a. I think, you know what? I think there might be an early goal, and I don't know who from, and I think that would open up the game. So I think it will be fairly entertaining. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, and I'm going to go for 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
That's a big difference to my 5, I tell you.
Right now, Kieran, who is your West Ham player to watch? Because we both missed that and we missed the run.
Do you know, I'm tempted with Areola because I think Armley's right. I think we could be under pressure. He could be this could be the time to shine. You know, I'd like to see him have a game where straight after we go, right, sign on that dotted line, you're in. Loved him to have that. But really,
who was it? Sorry,
I'm mentioning Areola, but I'm not going to pick him. But I think it could be massive. I'm going with Happy Amaret's love of her life. I'm going to go Lanzini. I think our transition, if I believe that we're going to be under the pump and that, when we do get the ball or it breaks for us, Lanzini's going to be crucial. He's going to be crucial to get us forward, to get us on the attack. And that ball that he can play, because I think he's our best player, a ball-playing player. He's the most creative we've got. I think he's crucial. He's, to feed Antonio or Bowen, I think we need Lanzini to be at his best. So I'm going to pick Manu.
Okay, right. Let me just say goodbye to Christopher. He says he's going to watch a movie. See you later. Thanks for tuning in, taking part, and we'll see you next time. But thank you, Christopher. I was laughing because I'm seeing Luke with his comments. Luke says, "This is a total shambles of a show. This is." Hammerhead, and he's got another one as well. Hammerhead says, "For once, I disagree with Kieran. I say we dominate the play." Kieran, aka Submissive, is from Happy Hammerhead.
How do you know?
Hammerhead says, I'm gonna go for a solid performance for West Ham, but nothing special. Just getting the job done. 6.5 out of 10. Luke says, you expect this in the midweek quizzes, but this is a prediction show with Kieran, for crying out loud. Happy, sort him out, please. See you later, Chris. Luke, you've either got it or you ain't. Thank you. Night, Chris. Right, so my player to watch will be, who am I going to pick? I'm going to pick Thomas Souček. I think last week, we went out to 10 men and, everybody got praise. And this is what I said in my next show after that. Everybody was full of praise for West Ham playing with 10 men in difficult circumstances. And then 2 or 3 days later, by all accounts, those same players are getting slaughtered, or the team's getting slaughtered for a poor performance against Brentford, which, that doesn't really, if you think about it, you praise them for getting through that game, going down to 10 men and all that, and then you expect them to somehow 2 days later, put in that same effort against Brentford. It doesn't work like that. So I think Souček was good last week defensively for us, as he normally is in both boxes. I did say during this show that if we could get him further forward at periods in the game, he would provide that threat, coming late from midfield and, maybe getting a glancing header or whatever. So, I'm going to go with Thomas Souček will be my West Ham player to watch.
That's a surprising one. That is a surprising one from you. I really think that is. Yeah, because he'd have to have a lot up his game from last week, and hopefully he will. Yeah. Hopefully he will, mate, because we need him. We need him.
Exactly.
That's for sure, we need him.
Helen says, whatever happens tomorrow, we should be proud of what the lads have achieved. Now, we've only got the correct score. So what do you say to that, Kieran? What do you say to that?
And that's what we got. We can't lose sight of, mate. We had a great season last season and ended up at 6th. I thought some of the reactions after the Brentford game were a little bit over the top. It was a terrible performance. It's as simple as that. And it happens. It happens, mate. It happened to Chelsea the other day when Brentford done them 4-1. It's a bad day, a bad performance, mate. It happens, man. At home. It happens to the best of teams with the best of squads. It's just more poignant to us because I knew as soon as that happened, everyone's going to look back at January. And we know January was disappointing. We didn't bring anyone in. And maybe the chickens are coming home to roost. But it's what he decided. And I didn't want to judge Moyes on this to the end of the season to see whether, if that it has, derailed our season. We won't know to the end of the season. But at this stage of the season, we're still challenging for top 6 in my mind. right? We're still challenging for top 6. It's going to be tough, but we are. And we're in a quarter-final. So, yeah, I mean, whatever happens this season, if to put 2 consistent seasons together, Helen will know this because she's the same age as me. We've very rarely done it in our lifetimes. We normally have one good season followed by a bloody poor one.
Yeah.
And Moyes has given us 2 consistent seasons. And could it get better next year? Who knows? If we recruit properly in the summer, this is what we're all hoping for, we could go again. So yeah, I mean we've got to look at that. It's been a good achievement by Moyes where we are. But remember, we aren't a top 4 club, and we're not really a top 6 club. We're not. And but we've been battling for it for almost 2 seasons now. So I mean it's a great effort.
Right. So Kieran, 1 second. We have a question here from Harmony. She says, Kieran, name a Burnley 18-year-old who hasn't played a minute to win a prize off of Titch.
Maybe a Burnley 18-year-old played a minute. Wouldn't have a clue. Wouldn't have a clue. A Burnley 18-year-old?
Yeah.
Is this a trick question?
No. She's
This is a question you threw up, and it's
that. Yeah, before. She's talking. No, because in today's show, I threw up a. I didn't. I was doing a bit at the end, which was just for fun. So I just picked out these 2 random players, and I didn't realize that one of them, his surname, I think it's Chris Moore. He hadn't actually played. Like, yeah, I was just trying to, go until 1:30 because we'd finished early. Yeah, so that's what she's talking about. So yeah, 18 that plays for Burnley, but hasn't actually played for them.
All right. No,
Anyone?
Well, never mind.
That. Did you say Sam Waller?
Sam Waller.
Oh, Sam Waller. Let me check. Sam Waller. I've never heard of him. Let me go to Burnley. Wow.
Oh, Sammy boy. Of course, yeah.
Sam Waller, 18.
Yeah.
He's not even been in the squad. Kieran, you have answered Harmony's question. Sam Waller is 18. He's never played for Burnley, but he is in their squad. He's a goalkeeper. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, Kieran's it must be. Yeah. They call him the cat. They call him the cat, mate.
Kieran's knowledge. There you go, Harmony. Put that in your pipe.
The cat.
Yes, Helen, for definite. I'm so proud, regardless of how far we've come. He's looking forward to what we can achieve next season. Yeah, so I would echo what Kieran said. Is I always look at the bigger picture. It's it's frustrating when you lose. It's frustrating when you play bad. Spurs was a shocking performance, and that came off the back of a fantastic 2-0 performance against Sevilla. Brentford came off, a great spirited effort against 10 men against Lyon. So there's always. A lot of the time, there's always a reason, and whatever happens tomorrow, then I'm not going to lose sight of that. Yeah, you might be angry during the game as to how the goals go in or whatever happens, but I look at the bigger picture, and West Ham have done fantastic over 2 seasons, and haven't been as active in the transfer market as we would have liked. And if we were, then maybe we would be in a stronger position than we are now. So those players deserve a lot of credit, all of them. What was your prediction? Okay, right. I'd say Souček had been a better player this season than last because he scored goals in more important games than he did last year. I agree, Titch. Souček is one to watch. Yes, Hammerhead. Souček, please. Kieran, name a Burnley. Oh, he done that. Sam Waller. I've never heard of him. Kieran's got the knowledge. Sam Waller. I'll remember that. 3-2 Hammers, says John Andrew. All right. Let me get through this and we'll get to the correct score. John Andrew's given his correct score. He's saying 3-2 West Ham. Happy says, how players got singled out was ridiculous. All the team were fucked. Yeah, see, like I said, I didn't watch anyone's video. I saw certain titles. I saw the narrative, and I knew it was coming. And, I didn't do a...
I've done a little thing with Jake in there. Basically, they were all poor. I'd probably give Dawson was battling his hardest, but everyone was poor on the day. It just happens, and really poor. And that's it. There's no point in worrying about it now. It knocks your confidence. That's all. Exactly. And I just hope it hasn't knocked the team's confidence, coming into this. But it does knock your confidence when you see a bad performance like that, where everything we've loved over the last 2 seasons with the camaraderie and the heart and the desire seemed to be missing for that game.
Yep. You know what the thing is? Right, how many says there's only 2 prizes left, Kieran. Lee, Stu, and Happy already have theirs. I saw in people's, the titles, there was special singling out of Michail Antonio, who I believe in the Lyon game was awesome, but yet now it's it's like, okay, boom, Antonio. So he was the target for a lot of people, and then some people just jump on that, like if that channel's saying Antonio, we're going to say Antonio. High scoring game. Luke says can't change it, Happy, just hope they bring in 5 or 6 in the summer. It's needed. Luke, realistically, who can see us? Exactly.
Because I think in reality, there, Titch, we're probably going to lose 5 players. We might need to bring in 5 just to have the same numbers.
Exactly.
So 5 is minimum.
After correct score, I'm going to give you my theory on the summer, and right. So let's just get through these comments, then the correct score, and then Harms. We don't need trinkets or trophy. We have justice and truth on our side. Harmony, he's taking you to the dark side. No idea, Happy. I would like some young championship players as our squad is getting old. As frustrating as it is against cheating teams, I'm proud of how honest and hardworking 99% of our team are. Luke says, but any striker, old, young, black, white, Benson, Hedges, any blooming one. So a striker is top of Luke's list. Agreed, Luke. Second oldest squad in the league, aren't we? Wow. I didn't know that. I was trying to prove I play fair using my knowledge. Others have computers and just cheat by looking on a list. That's Luke. You're talking about Luke. He's a cheat. Brentford result means sweet FA if we go through tomorrow. Exactly. It's like the players are not allowed to have a shit game. Who is perfect all the time, aside from Titch? Thank you, Happy. You see that, Luke?
Jesus Christ. It's getting embarrassing now. Stop fucking praising you.
It's perfect. I bet we have a smaller squad next season than we do now. That would be crazy. Happy, I can see that too. Laugh out loud. Right. So everybody, correct scores, please. And then, I'm going to just speak on what I think should happen in the summer. Kieran, what would be your correct score? And I know you're going to do 2 versions, I think.
I've got to, mate. I've got to, because my head's telling me one and my heart's telling me another. I believe we can. If we get the tactics right and everyone performs, we can win this. Simple as that. We can beat Liverpool. We can beat Chelsea. We can beat Lyon. But they're nowhere near it. And I think we're a better team than Lyon. But everyone's got to be at their best. It's a shame that Zuma's missing. So at the back, that's why I do believe we'll be a bit more defensive in this game, especially the first 45 minutes. And I've got a terrible. My head is telling me. It's been telling me all week we're losing 2-0. That's what my head's telling me. We're going to lose this 2-0, and we're going to bow out. And we've had a great run, but that's it. It's all over. So then we can concentrate on the league. My heart is telling me we will put up a great defensive display, and we'll hit them on the break. And Lanzini will feed Antonio or my mate Soufal to nick it 1-0. That's what my heart's telling me. We can nick it 1-0. And I think that's all it'll be in it. So that's my 2. My negative one is my old West Ham negative head is we're losing this 2-0 and we've got to bow out. But I believe if everyone's at their best, we can win it 1-0.
Right. Right. I'm going to get through these. Robert says 2-0 West Ham. Oh, Hammerhead said he's perfect too. 2-0 West Ham. Hammerhead says 2-1 West Ham. Of course you are, Hammerhead. Luke says, I'm not perfect. It makes me drive for better in others. VAR, HR Luke. I'm gonna upset everyone, but I saw 2 well-matched teams last week, 1-1. And no one should be upset from that. That's nothing. Shame Hammers fans aren't honest. They use lists and cheat. Look at Harmony. Wally says 1-0 to Lyon. With a sad emoji. How was the babysitting earlier, Rob? Difficult one to predict. 1-0 either way. So Stuart's saying 1-0 to someone. Oh, there's brown noses. Oh, there's brown. Oh, I am happy. Laughing. Helen says, last time I said 2-0 and it ended up 1-1, so God knows. Sorry, I'm going 2-1 after extra time due to home advantage. Hope I'm wrong. So he's saying probably 1-1 and then 2-1. Extra time and or pens. Yeah, you can say all of that. Happy. Harmony says 2-1 West Ham. She's back in my good books. Oh, cracky. Lee says 3-2 West Ham. I won't be able to sleep tonight after this ending. Oh, putting her in the downer. Put a couple of bets on that score of Bowen or Rice to score anytime. That's Hammerhead's score of 2-1 West Ham. Rice to score anytime. West Ham to win 2-1 is 60-1. 2-1 to us. If it goes pens, we will win 5-2. That's it, Kieran. Think the worst and you won't be disappointed. See? Robert knows,
I'm doing faux cheesy. Faux cheesy always picks West Ham to lose, and we usually come up with a win when he does that. So that's what I'm hoping, because 2-0's in my head. That's my head's telling me we're losing 2-0. So anything we get out of this game, if we do, mate, I'll just be so happy. I won't be so devastated if we lose. That's what's in my head.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I'm not going to just say we're going to win because we're West Ham. I think we can win, but everyone has to be at it tomorrow. Everyone, especially at the back. Everyone's going to be on their
game. Hammond says Bowen to score anytime. West Ham to win 2-1 is 28-1. Luke says betting on West Ham, Hammerhead. Never bet on us for anything ever. 5-2 on pens. Damn, that would be good. It would never go to 5-2 though. That's impossible, Happy. You could only go 4-2 if we went first.
Yeah. You got that wrong, Hammerhead. Sort yourself out.
No, Happy said that. No, Happy said that. He's correct. He's asking her. But because it's Happy, I think she meant 4-2. Yeah, she definitely meant 4-2. Luke, that's good. Not gonna lie. Ariola ain't letting out through. Thanks, Happy. Did yesterday night have changed now? I will have a look. Hammerhead. Robert says I've got Baby Shark on my brain now. Oh no, you can't get that out of your head. For some reason, I can't see us losing, says Hammerhead. Wally says, what time is the match? 8 p.m. UK. So that's either 3 p.m. for you or 2 p.m. Wally. Yeah, 8 o'clock kickoff. Rob, that's a terrible one. I had in my head at work all day the other week. Up your ass, stick your blue your ass. Sort yourself out, laugh out loud. He's talking about Hammerhead. Yeah, Hammerhead, sort it out. It was me, I'd have said 4-2. Yep. 8 p.m. Wally. Right, so listen, I'm going to be honest. I had West Ham have, we are depleted. We are weakened. We've just come off the back of, obviously, that Brentford game. And I'm going to say this score because I think there will be an early goal. Now, if it's a Lyon early goal, West Ham's in big trouble because I think Moyes will set up defensively and just hope to, see out the game and then nick a 1-0. That's what I think Moyes' plan would be. But I think that's a dangerous plan when we are already, thin on numbers. We never have options really coming off the bench anyway. So that type of game plan goes out the window as soon as, your opponents score. And if they score early, everything you've been working on in training goes out the window. And because of that, I think that it will be an open game. Now, I just think there might be an early goal in this game. When I say early, I think in the first 15 minutes. And if it's Lyon, then West Ham have got to, come at them. And if it's us, they've got to come at us. So I'll be honest with you. All week, I'm thinking we're just going to lose. And I would easily come on here and say, whatever the score. Same thing, Brentford. I said 3-1, right? But, this is probably a bit of the heart in there. And it's not even a great prediction. I think because of the early goal and because that opens up the game either way and the nature of the tie and what it means to both teams, I think West Ham will be motivated for this, even the players that haven't been playing because it's, it's the Europa League, it's Europe. I'm going to go with a 2-2. And that's why I said 8 out of 10 for entertainment value because I think that there will be goals. And if it ain't 2-2, it's going to be 3-1 to Lyon because of that early goal. What do you think about that, Kieran? 2-2. You can't see that, can you?
No, I can't see us scoring 2 goals against them. That's all. But you could be right. I believe Moyes will set up to try and hold them out And if we do concede early, that throws the plan out the window a bit. And then we might have to be a bit more open, which could leave us more open. You know, we might have to be more attacking. So, because we're desperate. And we've got to remember that Lyon, they're not qualifying for Europe in their league by the looks of things, right? They're about 8th or 9th. They're not. The only way they can qualify again is this Europa League. All their eggs are in one basket. See, and that's something we have got. We can qualify for Europe in the league. We still can.
Yeah.
So, but they can't. So they're going to be desperate to get a result here. They're at home. They've got the advantage. I mean, so you've got to really put them as favourites.
Yeah, they are.
So I believe we need to hold out, especially in that first half, and try and nick that goal. If we can get to 0-0 at half time, that's a great start to the game for us. Whatever, no matter how much they've been battering us, we need to keep it tight and stop them from scoring that early goal. We need, if anything, we need to score first. If they score first, I can't see any chance for us.
Right. Big up special guest in the house, which is Richard Wharton. You know, he always, always comments when he can, and he sometimes he will watch the live show, watch it back, and always put in, he put in his player ratings and all that. So Richard, yeah, much respect for you. Whenever you can, come on and give your input. It's much appreciated. Now, Richard has said 1-0 in normal time, Antonio to score the winner. That would be fantastic.
Yes, please.
That would be fantastic.
That's how I think West Ham's plan is going. It's to get a breakaway and score a goal and hold on for a 1-0. That's what I think West Ham's plan is. Now, the only way we can implement that is if our reconstructed back line is at it, and Areola is at it, and he might have to pull off a couple of saves. You're not meant to. I always mention this, Titch, don't I? With Lloris and De Gea, they pull off saves they shouldn't to get points, and I think that's what Areola might have to do tomorrow. He might have to pull off saves that are fucking crackers just to keep us in the game. So I'm hoping that happens, and I really do hope that happens, because it might show people then more determined to sign him and keep him at the club.
Yeah.
So.
Happy says, can't see a lot of goals, to be fair. 1-0 win to us is plausible. How many? I will look at Happy's prediction on a list. I think it's going to be an awful game. This is their season. Oh, this is Lyon's season. By the way, R&J Stone sang that song 1976. So that song he was talking about, R&J Stone. Have you heard of them?
I remember R&J Stone, but I just need the melody, because it's doing me head in now, Robert. Thanks for that.
Happy says, I will be 90% confident with Zuma at the back, Bowen in attack. West Ham will win Europa League. Harmony, she's laughing. We'll sort her out, Happy. Don't worry. Off air, we'll sort her out. Right, guys, look how bad our lads played for the win against Sevilla. I watched the game with my mum, who knows naff about football, and even she said they really want it. You can see it, and she was right. I can. So, yeah, I do think West Ham, like I said in my score prediction, West Ham players will have a desire to win this this competition, but primarily to get into the next round. So I think that desire is why, if we do go behind, we're gonna literally go for it. So and that is with players missing, people like Diop and that. He's still very much part of the team, part of the squad. So we're gonna be weakened, but we might be forced into playing a more expansive brand of football if we do go behind. I would take a 1-0. I'll take no chances at all, and then we win. I'd take that. But the thought of Areola having to pull off world-class saves, before the fact is quite, I'm not looking forward to that. No, look, Happy, I missed this. Happy says, for fuck's sake, now I think we may lose. Blame Kieran. See the want and desire taking us through it. We might just want it more. Yeah, see that there. Where there's a will, there's a way.
That's what we're looking for, isn't it? I'm sure there's not many people when we played Chelsea at home and Liverpool realistically thought we were going to beat them. And we did. Yeah, we can do it if everyone's at their best. We can do it. and the opportunity's there. You know what I mean? It's 90 minutes of football. The away goal doesn't count. That's even better. We played them, and we played 45 minutes with 10 men, and we scored. They scored. So they didn't batter us. So, and like I said, that to me, this is what I believe this defensive thing will come in. What we did in that second half against them was a rear guarded action. It was defend and not let them beat us 2 or 3-0 or 3-1 in the end. We had to stay in the tie, and we did it. So I believe this is how we set up against them here. We hold them out. We've got 11 men now, and we can hold them out. You know, the only spanner in that works is Zuma's missing.
Yeah.
But I believe this is what we go. This is going to be Moyes' tactics. We can hold them out with 10 men. Let's hold them out with 11, and then let's hit them, and then score. And that to me will be the game plan. If I'm completely wrong, I'm completely wrong. But I think that's what Moyes will do.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't see a lot of goals in it unless they score them. And we're not at it. But
Right,
hopefully we are.
Luke says, right, off to Bedfordshire. See you all on game day. Let's smash them. See you later, Luke. And thanks, as always.
See you, Luke.
Happy says, possibly the only way we can too. Fuck face. Sad face. See you later, Lukey. Right, you know what? I'm not going to speak about, but I'm going to say one more thing. We have like 2 players out. Lyon have 5+. So Hammer says they've got, you know, a lot of players out. Hi, Richard. How's you? Big Mally. Why am I hearing this song? Zuma at the back, Bowen in attack, West Ham to win the Europa League. Cool, Smally. Yeah, I have the chance on my brain constantly. I think it's 1-1 at half time, then an injury time winner from Frederick, 18-yard bullet. I hope you're right. Ariela does pull off saves. He shouldn't, to be fair. The shot against Sevilla was going top bins. Yeah, and that would have changed the whole course of our Europa League.
That was the save. That was the save that got us through.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. I'm telling you now, that they score that goal, we're out. And that's what I'm saying about goalkeepers. You need a goalkeeper pull off a save now and again that gets you through or gets you that win. And I think Ariola's capable of that, and he's shown it.
Yep.
So I think he might have to do it again.
Thank God we have Ariola. Robert says, Mally, can you play that song We Do It on the Glam Cafe for the boys? Just imagine 6 last season, 6 this season, and semis. Just wow. Exactly. That's consistency.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's what it's all about.
Luke, you falling asleep in Luton. Very brave. Robert Singleton, who sang it? We can't just do it with Masuaku. It'll be 12 on 10 then. Everyone hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Thank you, Lee. I'm praying he don't play, says Hammerhead. Well said, Lee. Thank you. Same Hammerhead. Robert says, Big Mally, RJ Stone. Oh, yeah, he said that. R&J Stone from 1976.
76. I remember. I'll know it as soon as I hear it and go, oh, yeah.
You know what the funny thing is? Richard is, and I'll tell you what I was going to say, and now watch this. Every single player of ours will work their arse off. All comes down to skill and decent reffing. Right, so obviously I've only just seen Richard's comments at the bottom. Rather than speak about what I was going to speak about in the transfer in the summer, I was going to say we're finished the show by everybody putting in their preferred starting team for tomorrow. And Richard has beaten me to the, what's the word? Beaten me to the, whatever.
4-2-3-1.
Punch. Yeah, so, yeah, everybody, just do what Richard has done. Your team and your formation.
Well, that's the team. Now Richard's got it up there. That's my team. That's the team I'd pick.
That's what you'd pick.
But it wouldn't be, it's not the formation I would pick. But that would be the team. But when you pick that team, like I said, you can play in the 4 or you can play in the 3. Nothing changes. You don't have to bring a player off the bench to change that formation to 3 at the back to what he wants, 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
You know, that is the 11 players I would pick. Ben Rama for sure is on the bench. You know, I wouldn't start him.
Right, so let me look at that a minute. Is there would you pick Soufal over Fredericks because he is a better defender? Yeah. Is that why he would come in?
I would bring Soufal back. Yeah, I would. But would I be bothered if he picked Fredericks instead? Not really. I'm not sure how fit Soufal is, you know, because but he's had his hernia operation. He got 90 minutes in against Brentford. He weren't terrible, but he weren't great. But I think that was the reason to play him, so he could be fit for this game. I always notice when we are, if I believe, if it works out what I believe, if we are going to be defensive and try and really counter-attack, Soufal does give us a more attacking options. For some reason, but makes us a bit more liable at the back, but he does. But there is an argument, why not have Fredericks with his pace? Because he does pose a threat with his pace. Yeah. And even if he's not the better right back, he can make up with his pace, when his positioning isn't great. So to me, there's an argument for either. But I've got a funny feeling Moyes will pick Soufal.
All right. So Happy says spot on, I think, Richard. Anyone seen the message Pablo put out earlier? No. So please enlighten me, because you not know I don't do any social media and none of that. Team picks itself, really. It's from Helen, same as Richard. That's from Helen. Oh, that was well sweet, wasn't it, Pablo Fornals? Yeah, let me know. No nonsense, Soufal. The only thing is Soufal just hasn't looked the same player. So even, up until the last time he played for it, he just looks a shadow of the player that we saw. The player from last season.
Yeah,
you're confident in him now. Yeah,
I'm hoping. I'm just putting it down that he had that hernia and now he's had it fixed, and he'll be right. But maybe I'm hoping.
Harmony says same as Richard's team, but Fredericks instead of Johnson. So, but that would be Fredericks at left back is a no, unless you would put. Yeah, you couldn't. I wouldn't put him at left back. Only team to play really, says Robert. Stuart says Areola, Soufal, Dawson, Diop, Johnson, Souček, Rice, Bowen, Lanzini, Fornals, and Tony. Okay, same team. Soufal was terrible the other day. That's what I'm saying. Wally says we are undefeated when Frederick starts this season. Yes, Wally's backing his boy. And then,
well, there you go. Then he's in. That's
Richard
it.
Richard has countered that instantly. Fredericks is a liability like Ben Rama. He got the shot out the way, Hammerhead. So yeah, Happy saying, he's got all of his Soufal's got all of his, his shot out of the way and he's back, hopefully. Waltz. And then Happy said, yeah, Waltz, the 2 times he started. Just a message saying hi and that they're gonna do what they can to get through. And I believe him. I believe he will blood, sweat, and tears for West Ham, Pablo Fornals.
Absolutely.
Robert says Soufal's got a better delivery. He has definitely got that. He just needs to get back to the real Soufal. Soufal been shit since he got a new contract, which is true. He has been poor when he has played this season. He had a hernia since he got kneed in the balls by Matic. And Richard says Soufal will rise to the occasion.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping he gets on there and he's got that 90 minutes under his belt against Brentford and he gets back to his old self. And we need him to. Whoever plays in that right side, whether it be Fredericks or Soufal, they need to be good. They need to have a good game. Simple as that.
Right. So we discuss, other things rather than the 5 elements. But yeah, I'm glad that we could sit here and, without putting it down on it, this could potentially be West Ham's last game in Europe. Potentially, obviously, because it's a knockout football now. And we just have to, acknowledge how far the team has come since Moyes came back to the club. And regardless of what happened, it's been a journey that we've all, been a part of.
Yeah. It's been a European journey, Fitch. You're right. And it's been great. We're back in Europe again. It'd be nice to secure it for next season as well. Just to have that consistency of playing in Europe, experience for, even if it's that Conference League. I'll take that. That's all European football. And we might see more youngsters come through then if we end up playing in that. It'd be great.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great for the club.
Exactly. I agree. Right. Wally says Soufal says he feels so much better now after the operation. Lee says Areola, Masuaku, Diop, Dawson, Johnson, Souček, Rice, Bowen, Lanzini, Fornals, Antonio. So Lee's gone with a natural left back. So I can't argue that, Lee. That makes a lot of sense. Helen says Soufal did an interview after the Brentford match and said he was at last pain-free since the op. Right, see? Sometimes, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And
hopefully, it's only his match fitness that we, might tell, but I think look, the boy's been great for us last season. Hasn't been at his best this season, but I'm going to put that down to that hernia, and hopefully he comes back to his best if he starts.
I don't want to see Massa come on unless it's false, but everyone else is fine. I felt like that. It makes me feel bad for saying it. It wouldn't surprise me, and I said this, I think, last time out, but now because of our situation, it wouldn't surprise me if he plays 3 at the back and Masuaku is the left wing back. That would not surprise me at all. At all.
It's a possibility. It's just that Tottenham, he was poor when we done that, and he had a bad game. So that's fresh in people's minds, isn't it? I think there's more chance of Fornals playing left wing back myself. There you go.
Yeah. Hamed says starting team: Areola, Fredericks, Diop, Dawson, Johnson, Rice, Suchet, Lanzini, Bowen, Fornals, Antonio. And then Richard says he's confident that West Ham will go through.
Good.
We can only.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not.
I'm not. I wish I was. I was confident against Seville, though. Titch, we were 1-0 down, getting them back. I was confident about that game. I knew we were going to win that. I thought we'd score 2. It took us some extra time to do it, but I was confident. This one, I'm not, because of the way the draw turned out. We're at home first, then away. But having said that, to go down to 10 men and get away with a draw, that was a great effort. Fantastic effort. So there's no reason why we can't. I'm just not as confident.
Yeah.
I think this will go either way.
Robert says it's a good night from me and a good night from him. Good night. So, Robert, thanks as always. We are going to wrap this up. Let me just go here. Good night, Rob. Enjoy our massiveness tomorrow.
Yes.
Lyon woke a sleeping giant last Thursday. Right. So, just before we finish, there will be a watch along tomorrow, starting at 7:30. Obviously, the game kicks off at 8 o'clock. If you're available and you ain't got nothing else to do, then tune in to the watch along. Love that. Big Melly, see you, Rob. I found it. Just read on Claret and Hugh that Moyes hasn't ruled out playing Rice in the centre of defence.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And I did say that. I think he's.
There wouldn't be many people predict that, would there? So who knows?
I did. Yeah. Who did I say that to yesterday on the game show? I did say, he would be, a really good centre back, but then you take him out of, his natural position. Yeah, it was yesterday in the game show. So I did say that, like worst case, but then you take him from there. We don't have cover in centre midfield where we need him. But yeah, I don't know. You don't need to do that. You've got 2 centre backs that actually play there. So yeah, you don't need to, unless you're going to play 3 at the back, then you might make Rice, Diop, and Dawson. But then you've lost Rice in the middle of the pitch.
So that would make sense. If we were the team, if I thought we were the team that was going to have 70% of the ball and attacking them, I wouldn't mind that, because Rice would step out of that back 3 and he would be more forward than back. You just leave the 2 boys to sort that out.
Yeah.
But if I thought it was that type of game, that would make sense to have Rice in there. So I'd say he'd be more of an attacking midfielder than he would be a centre half. But I don't think it's going to be that. And if we put him in at 3 at the back, he's going to spend most of his time in that area trying to defend.
Inviting even more pressure as well.
Yeah, you invite it in, because then you're looking at Suchek or Noble or Suchek and Lanzini in front of them.
Yeah.
It would. Yeah, I think that would invite him in even more.
Right. Harmony's had to go. See you later, Harmony. Thanks for tuning in. As always, we'll wait and see how easy could Rice pick up another yellow as a centre back. Exactly. The named ref is tomorrow is decent, says Richard. So it's a good ref that we've got for tomorrow.
Yeah, the Swiss boy, isn't he?
Someone called us a sleeping giant a while back. I see us slowly waking up and realizing our potential. The team and the fans alike. That's from Hammerhead. Our first leg Sevilla one, isn't it, Richard? Oh, so it's the guy apparently that we had in the first.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. So
And I think he was pretty good. He let a lot of things go. He weren't too pedantic and throwing out bloody reds and yellows. And I think he was pretty good if my memory serves me right.
Okay, that's good that he's refed us already in this competition.
Might not be saying that after the game tomorrow, but at the moment apparently he's good.
Right, so we've caught up with the comments, and thanks as always, everybody. We will be back tomorrow. Hopefully, we're back, and West Ham is done us proud, and we are through to the next round. Thank you all for taking part, and Kieran, anything to say? Because I'm going to end this stream.
No, mate, hopefully, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, mate. We turn up and we give them a game. That'll be it. I hope all the fans out there behave themselves and leave a good impression when they leave Lyon. No silly stuff. That's always a good thing. But and I know there's a lot of fans out there without tickets that'll just be enjoying the atmosphere of the town. And let's hope that that all stays nice and friendly, and we have a good result. And regardless of whatever the result, we've enjoyed it. We've had a great little European run. And if we get to the semi-final, Jesus crikey, how good's that for a season? Regardless, what a season that'll be.
Exactly.
So,
but and thanks, obviously, Kieran, as always. Thanks, everybody. We will see you tomorrow, and have a good evening.